We begin with a deadly crash that involves a Valley Light Rail train in Phoenix. Happened just before 5 this morning near Central and Indian School. One person is dead, several others hurt.
12 News journalist William Pitts joins us live from the scene. And William, it's now been over 11 hours. What does this mean for all the traffic happening, and has it opened up at all yet?
No, not at all. It is still closed and has been for hours on end as this train is still sitting here. They've gotten a lot of the debris and the car that hit this train out of the way, but unfortunately this intersection at Central and Indian School is still completely shut down. Now take a look at this train. It was actually rolling just a few minutes ago as they started to kind of get this thing back on the tracks. It looks like they actually replaced the wheels, got it back on the tracks, and it's rolling freely. They'll be able to get it out of here hopefully pretty quickly, but this intersection is still shut down. You need to avoid Central and Indian School, go around to either 7th Ave, 7th Street, maybe even farther down depending on the traffic, and avoid Indian School completely. They're funneling people off onto surface streets that are just kind of a disaster right now. But just a few minutes ago, Phoenix police identified the driver who was involved in this, 28-year-old Mario Dircio Castrejon. They say he ran a red light and then hit the train. Take a look at what it looked like from Sky 12 this morning. Valley Metro says the train was headed southbound along the Central Avenue line. The white truck hit the front of the train hard enough to derail it and a little bit the car behind it. Phoenix police tell us there were passengers in the train at the time. Some of them were taken to the hospital. Phoenix Fire treated others at the scene, and witnesses told us they just heard a loud crash.
So when I had got off the light rail in Indian School in Central, I heard a loud bang. I turned around, and that's when I seen the light rail being derailed off the tracks. And I didn't see the truck because I was on this opposite side of it. And I hurried up and ran over there, and I seen people climbing out. I think somebody kicked the door open and got up out of there and started helping people out of it. And it was just crazy. It just happened so fast.
Now, again, the driver of the truck was identified as 28-year-old Mario Dircio Castrejon. He did die in that crash. Now, investigators are trying to figure out exactly what happened and how to get the rest of this debris and everything cleaned up and out of here. Valley Metro says Central Avenue, this whole line is shut down and probably will be for a while. They actually had a shuttle that was taking people from one stop to the other, kind of avoiding this entire shutdown. And there's going to be some repair work. The train apparently hit a pole. I don't know if you can see the pole. I think it is still in between these two cars, the police car and the Valley Metro car right there, that is supporting some of those electrical lines that power the train. But they've been working out here for hours and hours on end, really just trying to get this train out of here. Then they can start to work on the rest of this system. But again, avoid the entire area. It's kind of a disaster on the surface streets. It looks like a lot of people have kind of gotten the word not to come around here, guys.
You know what, William, that is such a main thoroughfare, and obviously there's still so much debris and so much to clean up and get all those damaged vehicles out of the way. Any word on how long that could take? Could that be another 24 hours?
I asked Valley Metro if they had any idea how long until service might be starting back up again. They said they really have no idea. There's still some inspection work they got to do. They have to make sure that everything's okay. Plus, I mean, those are electrical lines. They've been de-energized. They have to, be put back up and propped back up. Somebody has to take care of that pole as well. But as far as how long it's going to be shut down, imagine as soon as they can start getting this train out of here first, then at least they can start to try and open these roads back up.
Yeah, a ton of work, I can imagine. Hey, quickly, Will, how'd they actually, because that train was well off the tracks, did they bring in a crane or a forklift? How'd they actually get that train back on the tracks?
I was actually hoping you wouldn't ask that because ironically, we couldn't tell. They didn't bring a crane out here because they didn't bring a crane. We just happened to look up and it was back on the tracks. So it looks like they slid it somehow. Maybe it was some sort of dolly. We're really not sure, but all of a sudden it would just kind of slid its way back onto the tracks. And really, we didn't even know that they did it until it was reoriented straight down the tracks.
Well, they know what they're doing out there. All right. Well, thank you for the update.